Types of women you should never ever have sexual encounter with. You should avoid having anything intimate to do with this type of women as a wisdom king, to avoid regretting it on the long run. Number one is a woman who is attracted or who is involved in fellow women. You know the type of woman I'm talking about, lily kind of women. You should avoid having something serious, intimate to do with them. Why? Because if you start having something to do with them, you might end up regretting it simply because they might decide to be with you with the intention to use you as a cover up, especially in this side of the world where this kind of things are not actually common, or they are frowned at. We don't really like those things over here. So if you as a wisdom king settle with such a person, you find out that you might end up regretting it because she's not there with her mind. She's just there to use you to cover up as a camouflage for people, to for people not to know that this is what she's really into. And it's a very very big risk to take because since her center of attraction is focused on her fellow gender, anybody can tempt her, anybody could be a victim, even from your family circle. And even if you know and you decide to keep it or hide it for her or cover her up because you love her or you like her cause and all that, she might end up falling your hands by actually, exposing herself on the long run. Yeah. So you don't really need to associate or keep such person or even circle down with a woman who is interested in her fellow gender for attraction and satisfaction. Okay. Yeah. Number two type of woman you should not have encounter with is a woman who is addicted to sexual toys, who use those toys, vibrators, to satisfy herself. If your woman is that type, okay, that is using such a thing to satisfy herself, you can actually not be okay with it. Yeah, simply because she will get used to it even if she is not actually denying you access to her body. When she continue using that, at a point she will totally lose attraction for you over the toys or those equipment that she is using. Yeah, because these things has to do with addiction. If she continue using those things, you find out that she'll become more attached and addicted to satisfaction or depending on satisfaction that comes from those things. Instead of you being enough for her, she feels so satisfied, so happy when she uses those materials more than when you spend quality time with her. And one thing about making use of this equipment is that they are actually different types, different sizes, and sometimes this your man one might want to get more for upgrade, to learn more. And as much as she's getting exposed to those things, if at the point you find out that they will change the size and yeah, of the, you know her chambers elastic in such a way that it will not be fitting to your own tools, she cannot get satisfaction anymore because her size will adjust to the size of those things, those vibrators that she's actually inserting in for those pleasure. And those things actually pleasure, yeah, and give them intense feeling and satisfaction. So you find out that once she gets addicted to it, she will end up like seriously not having any attraction for you again, which you wouldn't like, no matter how much you try to pretend about it. On a norm, you men get jealous when your fellow gender actually, share your woman with you. Not to talk of when you know that you are losing someone you love for a toy, probably something you actually buy with your money or something she actually get with her money. Unless for a reason you both are agreeing to get a particular size that you know that is not going to do much harm, you know. Yeah, if you both agree on that and you are okay with it, it's up to you. After all, you both are an adult. So I'm just saying that it's not going to actually end up well if you finally settle down with this person who is addicted to making use of those toys for satisfaction. Yeah, another kind of woman I will not encourage you as a brother, as a friend, or as one of my wisdom kings in the building is a woman who is exposed to health worker, like who have who is used to guest work like she was on the street or still in the street. Yeah, I'm not saying that people will not change or cannot change, but how sure are you that she's not going to go back to it anytime, any day, especially if there is up and down. If you finally end up with her, maybe she find you comfortable being with or interesting being with, or she's just there because of those things that she's benefiting because you are capable of providing all she wants at that moment, you know and being someone who has been in that field of using that to get money. If God punish devil but it's not your portion, the days you cannot provide to satisfy all her need, if she will not decide to go back to where she knows she can make quick money, or to use what she have that she know that can give her quick money to actually get money to solve a particular problem. Okay, so it is actually a risk that I would encourage you to take unless you are prepared for any challenge that comes out of it with your full chest. You can. So it is not actually my decision to make, but I gotta tell you, it is actually dangerous because there's nothing to guarantee you that she's not gonna go back, to what she know how to do very well. Okay, yeah. Another thing, a type of woman I wouldn't want you to actually go down with or to settle down with is a woman who is exposed to numerous sex weapons. Yeah, just like threesome and other things that can be weird and stinky, you know. So woman who is everywhere, who has been everywhere, who have tried different weddings with different kind of people, you know, because this is not going to actually all go well. Maybe when you are walking down the street or when you are been back on a journey and you meet people who already know her for that, people who have who she have transacted with, people who have used her in the past. Yeah, people can change like I said before, but then it's not really going to make you feel nice when you meet those people who might possibly mock at her or you, who might possibly end up not giving you respect, not regarding you as a wisdom king, not, they will look down on you, try to talk down on you, try to mock at you simply because of the woman you are with. I will look at you as somebody who is actually eating their leftover, somebody who is not, so it can actually attract attention, negative attention, negative attitudes from those people who know her or who have used her. So this is actually why I don't think it is okay for you to indulge or set up, even end up with such a woman, to avoid you regretting it. Okay, and this type of woman is likely not going to be easy to handle, control, or bend. They might easily decide to go back to those kind of nasty or weird life that they have actually lived with, or they have practiced in the past. So for this reason, I wouldn't want to encourage you to have any intercourse, any encounter, or yeah, engagement with such feeling, to avoid regretting it at the end. Yeah, my wisdom king. There are a lot that has to do with this type of people we point out on this video. But if you are sure of the change, if you can trust, you know, depending on the person, depending on the personality, if you can actually handle it, you will decide. But there are a lot that could result to negative things that you might end up regretting on the long run. I love you all. That's why I care. Remember, our intention of being here is for you to have a healthy relationship, successful relationship, enjoyable and productive relationship, irrespective of your skin color, your continent, and your country. We care for you. Okay, in case you're seeing my face for the very first time, it's your girl Chinasiki, girl from Africa, the very very girl from the city of Owerri, currently based in Ghana. Please give me your support, like, share, and comment. I love you. See you on my next video. Bye bye.